Welcome back to the second hour of Blades here for week 13, episode 13. We are on a boat, and it's not a cruise. It's not all-inclusive. In fact, we might be in trouble. Let's see what happens with our rolls.
You guys want to make it home safe and sound without tipping your enemies to where your hidden lair is.
Yes, please.
Everyone's rolling prowl. No one wants my mean devil's bargains, so...
I got a 5.
Rolled up. Nice.
Is it still desperate limited?
Yeah.
Still desperate limited. You get XP again.
Perfect.
Okay.
6.
Oh, snap.
Rune as usual.
4.
1. Ooh, nice.
2.
2 from Aldo. Well,
well, that's
So I
only
take
one stress, though. Yeah.
only one stress. Yep.
Okay.
Aldo just can't hide the way you want him to.
I imagine him trying to sneak, just looking super uncomfortable. Like we're all like lithe and like sneaking through the shadows and stuff, and Aldo's trying to like copy our movements, but looks super uncomfortable because he's not used to being like, sneaky.
Honestly, I pictured him more like Lieutenant Dan at the bow of the boat, just shouting at the weather, like, "Dude, I dare you to sink this boat!" But not really, of course.
Nice. So that does what you wanted. They do not get to tick anymore on that clock.
Sweet.
This clock doesn't go away, by the way. But they're gonna keep looking for it. But that's as far as they've gotten. And because of Miss Cataby's very excellent consorting down at the docks and getting you guys in good position, bam, clock is.
Wouldn't that be find your boat? Like why does it find your lair and not find the boat? And the boat's not at our lair.
Yeah, they don't really care about the boat. They know that you guys have a hidden lair. They're at war with you. Want to find your lair and kill all of you. One way they could do that is by following you when you came back, but that didn't really get them very far. But they're going to continue to try to find where the last word makes its lair.
But if we successfully made it home before they found us, wouldn't that reset the clock because they lost our trail?
Yeah,
they can't pick it up anywhere because they lost us.
Yeah, kinda. They made some progress though, right? They know kind of like what district you're in, probably.
Did they?
Did they though, John? Rested.
I mean, if they were following us to where the foghounds are, though, because that's where we were putting the boat, is it the same district?
Mm-hmm.
How do they know that we were going to our lair? Wouldn't they have just thought that we were trying to put the boat somewhere?
They don't. They don't know that. They don't know anything yet. That their clock has 5 more ticks to go. They're. Yeah, I'm not seeing reset it completely. I don't get that.
Okay.
Seems strange.
All right. Fine.
Good try.
Can I kill someone to make that go away?
Yeah. Sure,
Sweet. Yeah. Okay. We'll do that later.
Now Anne's thinking with portals.
Yeah, there are almost certainly dockers around in Brightstone that shouldn't be there, that are snooping around and comparing notes and talking to people and trying to find where you are, and killing them would certainly remove those ticks.
Okay.
So you're back. You made it back. You're home. Well, we don't need to deal with the boat stuff. You put it away at the Foghounds and then you go back to the library. That's all fine.
Awesome.
Careless just goes upstairs to store his spear, but keeps the sword because he figures he'll need it soon.
Yeah, lugging that spear around is a little annoying, so drop it off.
The myth walks in and lays down by the fireplace. He curls up on the rug in front of the fire, and I take off my outer jacket and stuff and kind of lay it by the fire so it dries off. And then I go and I just shut myself in my room.
Cool. So that's, yeah. Go ahead. Wait, did you have something?
No.
Cool.
I think you guys have time for downtime now. If you want to do your downtime.
I'd love to do downtime.
For your stress, probably everybody needs that. With your one free downtime action. So we can go through
we're at war. Yeah.
At war. Yes. I'm assuming everyone is indulging their vice.
Yep.
I think it's
Yes.
safe. Everyone is super stressed. So, yeah, quick vice montage, I think, is probably what we would get here. The enemy. Yep. Zeke, go ahead.
Before you start with that, can we pay extra to indulge one more, right?
You can, yes.
Or I mean, to not indulge, but like do one more downtime.
Totally. Yep.
Okay, good.
I get 5 off.
Nice.
That's all of them.
That's all of them. So we see a quick flash of Careless Firm making his way to the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh, which is just around the corner from your lair, across the public square and statue and stuff there. And this time, sure enough, like you get a weird feeling as you're going. There are people around that aren't normally around. This is a pretty nice neighborhood generally.
Okay.
And there are some sort of rough-looking customers who look like they're trying to pass. They're wearing like nicer clothes that they look like kind of Aldo used to look before he kind of leveled up his clothes a little bit. They're stuffed into these ill-fitting suits with a little hat tucked under their arms, and they're giving everyone a real hard look. Jeff, since you are a Taikarosi and really stand out, I would like you to make a prowl roll if you want to evade the watchful eyes of your enemies, or you may do something else, but if you are evading them, make a prowl roll for me and let's see how that goes.
I like it. And it's probably desperate, right?
It is.
Standard effect?
I know you want that sweet XP. Limited effect. Actually.
You know what's funny? So here's a question for you. This desperate roll gives me a full meter. Do I put it in prowl?
Right? Do you? I don't know.
I don't think so, right? Because this action gives me the level up is what I would say, right?
Oh, you mean before the roll? Yeah, it's after the roll.
Yeah. Okay. So limited, you said?
Yep.
4.
All right. That's a partial.
Kind of makes sense. It's probably pretty hard for me to hide.
Yeah. I think
I'm not particularly trying either.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you're kind of a big personality. The good news here is that unlike at sea and at the dockers do not get 3 ticks when they try to find you on street level. They just get 1. But you do it. You come and go. They don't accost you. You're able to slip past them. But people talk, right? People know around here, like, yeah, there's a Taikarosi with like black shark eyes that lives around here somewhere. We don't know where.
And you said I noticed this, right? I noticed.
Yeah. You noticed that the dockers are out they're trying to blend in and they're trying to track you guys down.
Okay.
They're making concerted efforts, and you like to recognize the guys. One of them was in the group that attacked you at Salia's the other night, and so you know.
Oh, really?
You know for sure that it's the dockers that are doing that. But you're able to sneak downstairs. There's a hollow prepared for you as usual. You perform your ritual desecration upon it.
Okay.
And kind of like last time, you get a weird vibe in the ether here from your goddess. She is a goddess of vengeance and likes to see the vengeful carry through on their actions. And the Foghounds were certainly trying to do that. They were trying to get revenge for their murdered boss. And it's not so much that like she wants you to be friends with them or something, or she wanted you to leave them alone. Exactly. It's just like she's the avatar of vengeance, and when people's vengeance gets stifled, it annoys her. So
okay, for the record, he wasn't a nice person.
Okay. It's true. That is true. But I'm ticking 1 more on your goddess ire clock, so it's 2 out of 4 now. And nothing has happened yet. You can just feel it. You have such a strong bond with the goddess that you can feel like, yeah, I know what I did. I know that she would have wanted to see them get their vengeance. So
yeah, I think for our viewers, like I closed the door behind me and I look frustrated. I look relaxed, but I look like I'm thinking of something else. That's it.
Cool. Who else is getting their vice on?
I did already. I rolled a 4.
Oh, nice.
Out of 7, though.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just gonna keep my 3 stress. I don't want to overindulge.
So, and you, yeah.
Jeff only did 1 action though. He only did indulge
You only
twice.
get 1.
Yeah. You get 1 for
Wait,
free.
what? What do you mean 1 for free?
When you're at war, you only get 1 for free.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, I forgot we were at war still.
Now, I have a question for you, Anne. So you lost your access to your Black Lotus supplier, and you switched to getting the lure from Crow's Foot and the tattoo parlor.
Mm-hmm.
So you are also leaving the lair to go do that. Yes.
No, they come to me.
Well, let me say this though. You can pick the timetable, but if I figure out that we're being followed and watched, I would escort her or something.
That's totally
It's
fine.
fine. I'm gonna roll a 6 on my prowl. So
yeah, you're gonna just prowl the shit. I mean, hey, it's more XP. It's desperate. It's still desperate.
Yeah, it's cool.
Take the XP while you can.
Okay. So yeah, so I went to go get my new tattoos / drugs.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna roll a prowl.
Prowl.
See if they notice me or not.
See if they get a.
Well, they're not going to, cause shit. Well, I tried.
You did try.
Well,
you do it. You slip past them. They don't actually like get you or mess with you. But it does help them. I'm gonna give them another tick. It helps them start to figure things out a little better. So when you go to Crow's Foot to the tattoo parlor, the Spirit Warden presence is still pretty intense, like it was before. They've like sectioned off some of the alleyways and stuff with these mini lightning barriers to like cut access off to the area, and then they have checkpoints set up where they're doing like occasional random searches of people. They have a big hull, these like clockwork automatons. This one looks like a mini spider tank, I guess you could call it. It's got like four legs and a sort of octagon center body and this like rotating sphere metal eye thing in the center. And the Spirit Wardens use those sometimes for like really serious supernatural problems. And they've got one parked in the square there down in Crow's Foot, near where the tattoo parlor is. Things were getting a little intense last time you were here, but you can tell now like something major is happening in this area, and the Spirit Wardens are all out and doing intense stuff. But you're able to slip in and out with them.
okay.
Do you get a new tattoo, or are you taking the non-permanent version of the drug?
Non-permanent.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say it's non-permanent because I only got 4 stress relief from it out of 7.
Oh,
so
nice. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so you get something like tattooed on you that fades over the next couple of days or something.
Yeah, some tentacles.
More tentacles. Yeah, nice. Sweet. Who else is vicing?
I would like to vice.
Yeah, you gonna do some gambling?
So I need to double check because the good player that I'm trying to be, if I recall, I may have lost my gambling establishment the last time I indulged.
You did indeed. You need to find a new place to gamble.
So I'd like to do that. Unless maybe in the interim, just because I definitely need to do it, maybe I could just go down to the fights.
Oh, yeah, go down and bet on old.
I mean, I want to play cards, but yeah, like, that would be my plan B right now.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna suggest.
I think that's a solid.
First.
Okay.
You guys going to the fights is cool, and we should totally do that. In addition, Miss Cataby, you've gotten a few feelers. We can start a project clock for this if you want. A few people have reached out to you through the underworld. They've sent messages, or like someone has like sidled up to you when you're out at the bar, and they're like, "Oh, hey, Miss Cataby, look, I just want you to know that like I know, so like I just want you to know like I'm good for it, so like I don't know how things are now, but you know uh uh and then like making excuses about how when they owed the marker to Lord Suker, like they tell you a bunch of bullshit about like how they didn't there was no interest or like
Right.
and you can tell that the word is getting out that like you're holding a bunch of debts, and people are starting to kind of figure that out and are wanting to resolve the situation, or they're a little worried what you might do. You get this weird vibe that you haven't gotten maybe in your career before, where people are like afraid that they might be murdered because of Miss Cataby. They know you're involved with something that involves killing. So that's something you can do something with if you want.
Okay.
And potentially that could turn into a gambling opportunity, maybe. But
Yeah, I'll hold on to that. And chat savior actually is right. I do recall I didn't lose it
oh, you didn't?
because I was worried that it was gonna kill Rune's hookup, so I took the heat.
Oh, okay.
That's right. I was just remembering that it was at risk, and that was obviously traumatizing, so that's what I remembered. But
Open chat. I don't have it in my notes, so.
But I'm still gonna go with Zeke.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So Aldo, are you
I'm going to heal first.
Okay. Good idea.
Okay.
It
so
would suck to get
that's-
punched in a chest wound.
Yeah. The sucking chest wound. So I got my free action. I go to why can't I remember her name?
Quellen.
Thank you.
Yeah. Quellen is always available. Well, at least so far, she always has been.
Mm-hmm.
I will make a fortune roll for her.
Big dice, big dice. Let's go. Big dice. Big heels.
All right. So that is 2 more on your healing clock, which I think you already had 2 filled.
I did.
So all of your harm goes down by 1 level. If it's level 1, it goes away. If it's level 2, it drops down to level.
Okay.
So your pierced hand goes away, and your gunshot wound becomes level 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So she'll actually come by the lair. Your lair is hidden, but Quellen, can come and visit you. She knows where it is. So she used to like react to the situation, and when she first started dealing with you guys, you'd like pull up your shirt and be like, look what happened, and she'd be like, oh Lord, what have you done? But now she just doesn't do that anymore. She's like, what is it? Did you get shot?
Yeah.
She's just totally used to it now.
She's like the Rosario Dawson's character from all the Netflix like Marvel things.
Totally.
At first, she was like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" And now she's just like, "Yeah, this is reality."
Business as usual.
I ran into a bullet. It came out of nowhere, and it tried to take my heart out. But thankfully, my heart has gotten a lot smaller recently, so it missed.
Okay, Aldo, just try not to be in front of any surprise bullets if you can. It's not good.
No promises. No promises.
Yeah, I think maybe you're like wrapping your fists for the fights while you're talking to it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, jeez. Come on.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, does she heal us for free or?
Yeah. Yep. She's Rune's friend,
Okay.
and you don't have to pay her.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I let her know. Now, I know you're friends with Rune and all that, and we helped you out of a bad situation. But if you ever feel like your debt is paid and you need some help with something, don't be afraid to ask. We owe you a lot, and I'm a man who pays back what he owes. So just let me know.
I need to make a roll for her real quick here. Zeke, you just reminded me of something.
Oh shit! Sorry, guys.
Sexuality.
Yeah, that's right, man.
A name I haven't heard since.
How many dice worth of this does she have? I think it's 3 actually by now.
Triple ones.
Oh
Damn.
shit!
Oh shit!
Damn.
Look at the description.
Well.
That's a crit.
Christ.
That's a crit. She's into Aldo. Woohoo!
You just happen to know that her biggest turn on is debts.
Wow. Wow. Jeez. I was ready for like, well, maybe I'll make a clock or we'll see where this goes. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. Never mind.
There was my whole friendship with Kellen.
She's my friend now.
Scooped.
Yeah.
So
Everyone's gonna be sad, man.
I think you do your little speech. You're like saying like, you know, I know we got you out of a jam, but we really appreciate that you're doing this for free. And something changes in her eyes and she like makes a decision that like you're getting the wrong idea about why she's hanging around and why she's been so helpful. And it's not just being friends with Rune, and it's not just that you guys got her out of a jam. And you can tell she's about to sort of say something, but she can't quite find the words. And so when you turn back to her, she's right in your face and she like takes you by the back of the head and gives you this long, passionate kiss.
And then she whispers, "My hands can do more than healing."
Now this is very, very new because no one is ever into Aldo. He's a big, broody, ugly guy.
Yeah.
So he lets it happen, and then he just kind of sits there stunned. And then
she pulls back and like looks at you, like not very far. She keeps hold of your she's up on her tiptoes and holding your neck, and she steps back enough to like read your reaction, basically.
well, well, that was well. You think a guy who's read so much poetry as I have, I'd have the right words to say. Well, I don't. Just want you to know that, well, I don't,
She kisses you again.
he takes it again, and he definitely he kisses back as best he can without like as gentle as he can,
All
you
right.
know, because he doesn't want to crush her mouth with his, you know, or anything like that.
What's
And
the vibe? Are you into it or are you kind of like tentative?
no, like I fall like immediately in love with her.
Okay. All right.
Like I'm just like, this
Aw.
is amazing. It's the first time it's ever happened. This lady seems like, and she doesn't seem like she's trying to get anything out of me. She seems like a very nice person. She's a healer, for shit's sake.
Mhm.
So my read on her is that if anything, I'm like, why would such a great person fall for someone like that's a killer, you know, ugly brute killer? And it just, I'm kind of melted a little bit.
Yeah, a killer who reads poetry and cares about his missing sister and is a real sweetheart. Yeah, that's what you think of yourself, but she sees something else, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can
that
fade away
yeah.
from there. Yeah, maybe cut away to the fights, but it's obvious. Like you kiss her back, you press your bodies together. You're like into it, and it's really happening.
Yeah.
And then we cut away.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, I did not expect that.
Me fucking either, dude.
Yeah.
You critted on it, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's right. Gotta do what the dice say. Sweet. So yeah, maybe we just cut right into like Aldo, like from the embrace and the tender kiss to like bam with your fist cracking into some guy's face.
Yep.
Everyone's shouting, and Miss Cataby is like working her magic in the background.
And as you're watching Aldo fight, like you see, like it's weird because he's fighting with this huge smile on his face. Just got this smile this whole time, like, yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let me indulge my vice.
Still very one-sided, this fight. You're still in the pain zone, so like there's a victim that's been thrown in here to get pummeled by you as punishment. Not really a fair fight at all.
Now, since Miss Cataby is there with me,
yeah,
and I'm assuming she dressed me up like the butcher again.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
That's fair.
Do I get the bonus dice for her helping?
Oh, interesting.
To indulge my vice, because I really want a 6. At least like the 1/6 to clear off as much stress as possible. Or maybe I get a bonus for being in love. How about that?
You'll definitely get bonus dice from Quellen's healing next time because she'll be like a associate. But I mean, Miss Cataby can assist you and give you a bonus die, but it'll cost her a stress to do that. So I don't know if she wants to do that.
No, I need to clear mine out too.
It's all right. It's all good. Yeah. I can do no bonus. Let's just get it done. Hey! Oh, what?
Hey, what? Is your sheet messed up? Or do you actually have a 0 in something?
No, I have 2 in each.
Yeah, you have 2. The sheet, for whatever reason, this new sheet has a slight bug where sometimes it thinks you take the lowest, but you actually don't on a vice roll. So you actually get the 6.
No, I have two skills that I'm leveling up in insight, 2 skills I'm leveling up prowess, and 2 skills I'm leveling up in resolve. So all of them have 2 dots, like in the first line. So yeah, I'll take the 6.
It makes the roll correctly, but then it gives you that 0 dice text for some reason. So you're good. You're good.
Okay, cool.
So you had 7 stress. So yeah, there you go. Down to 1.
Perfect.
I'm down to 0.
Woo! Nice. Right on the money.
Super money.
Yeah.
Super money.
A very successful outing for you guys.
Hey, in the words of Huey Lewis, that's the power of love.
So I would like to propose the following to the rest of the crew: is that I got my playbook advancement and I took calculating, which gives me or another crew member another downtime action. So I don't know if anyone needs another one, but I would offer that up to whoever would need it.
I have a level 1 harm.
Yeah, get rid of that harm, I guess. I think that's the best one. And if we don't have something, you should just use it to train, but getting rid of a harm would be good for the team by quite a bit.
I mean, obviously Zeke couldn't stay away. Aldo couldn't stay away. It was love at first sight, so, you know.
Yeah, it's the old the Lost Ark. Like, it hurts here and here. And
oh, yeah, I have to spend how much coin for the extra that I had?
1.
Okay.
And now you're getting everyone from Miss Cataby.
Okay.
Because she's good at managing your shit.
Nicely done, Mr. Marcus.
Thank you, sir. And if it's level 1 harm, does it automatically just go away, or I have to fill up the clock and everything just chunks down?
Yep, same as always. But you get a bonus die from Quellen now, so she gets 3 dice to heal you with.
Okay, so okay. How does that healing clock work again? How does it fill up? Like, what roll do I need to fill up a pie, a section of the 4 pie?
It's her healing ability, and then it's kind of like half what she rolls. So if she rolls a 1 to 3, you fill 1. A 4 5 is 2. 6 is 3, and a crit is 5.
Cool.
Ellen sexily heals Aldo.
Thank you, Hammy Him. This is my role play, by the way. I appreciate that. I have the shadow just over my face.
6. All right. That's 3 out of 4.
Cool.
You could spend to just finish it off if you want, or just leave it where it is.
I can leave it. I'll leave it where it is.
Okay.
Oh shit! I would have to spend a downtime activity to do it anyways, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck it. Let's do it. I'll just clear it.
Okay.
Okay. 1 to clear.
You are all healed up, and I think
Cool.
In the in the show here, it's like cut in such a way so we see the initial kiss and Aldo's reaction, and then him like ecstatic at the fights, and then maybe a future shot of the two of you, the sort of post sex scene shot in the bed, and she rolls over and puts her arm around you and maybe makes Aldo wince, and she's like, your rib is bruised too, isn't it?
Hold on a second. You've buried the fucking lead here, bro.
I know. I skipped right past it.
you yada yada'd over me getting laid.
I know. I did. You noticed that.
All right. Well, I'll have to come up with something and I'll flashback it. But for the sake of hurrying up, we can do that for sure.
Yeah, and she administers to you again, so to speak.
You don't need to come up with anything, Zeke. You already came.
Boom, still got it.
Nice. All right. Cool. Everyone is all satisfied on their vices.
Hey,
We're back. We're back at the lair, and I think everyone has been. Oh yeah, shit. Sorry, Zeke. I need you guys to make a prowl roll as well while you're out on the town.
oh yeah, double ones. None of that happened. You died. Next game.
Both
I
of you.
call it guns in the dog.
And since we're going together, we can.
Yeah, you can do a group action. That's fine.
Is
Okay.
it still desperate?
It is.
Fuck yeah, it is. Get that
Yeah,
experience.
Okay. Desperate limited then?
Get it. Yep.
Okay, sorry, Zeke.
That's all right.
Go see
I'm-
Raw.
A 3.
That's a fail, my friend.
It is. Oof.
Did they double fail?
Yep.
All right.
Taking-
None of that happened. Yeah, you're both dead. So
Taking 2 for that.
I'll take it.
Boom. Well, you're still one out. They have not found your lair. So they're 1 away.
Okay.
But it's a close thing. I think just to like retcon that slightly, like you guys have to actually ditch some dockers that are tailing you back. You have to like ditch them down an alley and double back and get back to the lair. But they're like all over the place in the like on the street where the library is. You see 5 or 6 dockers like prowling around, banging on doors, talking to people.
Okay.
They're getting serious.
So who took the lead on that? Was it me or you?
I took it.
Okay.
I'll mark it on your thing. All right, cool. So
Well,
yeah,
I come back to the lair. Miss Cataby counting the money that you won or lost, I'm guessing.
Yep.
And me just which is strange because you've never heard Aldo whistle before.
sounds like
That
you still
is-
haven't. 8. No. I think you
So-
come in and Carolus is sitting at the table. He's been looking out the window and he's just like, well, we need to come together with a plan because those dockers are going to find us pretty soon. They are all over the place. Miss Cataby, this is usually in your wheelhouse.
I mean, I guess I kind of explained like I've already planted the info. Like, what else can I do? I mean, at this point they're gonna find our lair. We've got to know that, right?
Okay. Then I guess we should prepare for that eventuality and use it to our advantage. We do still want to kill Bear, he says, and he like looks over at Rune like, kill Bear, right?
I mean, isn't he dead though? He was on the ship,
He was on the boat. Yeah.
God damn it, you're right.
but he's dead.
It's the Dockers, anyways. I'm way
Yeah,
off.
the Dockers.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think.
Do we know who's in charge of the Dockers?
You do.
Do you have a name?
Chief Helker is their like leader. Basically, he's Helker. He's a he's like the head of the gang and the senior dock administrator as well, in the sort of public facing side of things.
Okay.
They made it very clear the last time we ran into them that they will not back off. I tried my best to make it so that they would not follow us, but it seems that they are rather adamant.
Okay, so Goldie is third in command of the Foghounds. Oh, there's Foghounds. Fuck. Bear was a Foghound as well. God damn it.
Yeah, they're all dead. Or not
We need to-
Goldie, but
Yeah, we need to figure out how do we deal with the Dockmaster or the Dockers, right?
I'm also curious. I feel like I should ask Rune, Miss Cataby, and Aldo here. Not so much Careless Firm. You guys went out to deal with the Foghounds at sea, and Tentacles came out and tried to kill all of you. Is anyone curious about that? Do you care about that development? Is it strange to you, or does it seem like something normal?
I mean, I think for Cataby, it's pretty strange, and I think I think as a result of some things that have been going on, I think like she kind of is maybe even like drawing lines that aren't there between like Careless and Rune and some of the other things that she's discovered. So yeah, it's a little bit like maybe more curiosity than anything. It's not so much horror.
Well, I if we have a team meeting or
everyone's in the library together after you've all like indulged yourselves.
Okay, perfect.
And maybe heard some noises coming from Aldo's room. And everyone's together now.
So I look at Careless. Well, Mr. Firm, I would like to know, because when I saw you on the boat in front of the tentacle, it looked like you were trying to talk to it. Is that true?
Careless gives kind of a, he's, still smiling, looks right at you, narrows his eyes a little bit and says, "Yes, Aldo, that is unusually perceptive for you. I was talking to it."
But then after you tried talking to it, it looked like you were going to kill each other. What happened? Did something go wrong?
Well, I am not able to kill it, so I suppose going wrong. Well, I'm sorry. I'm getting tied up in semantics. You're not wrong. I tried to ask it to perhaps be a bit of an annoyance at a later date and time, because it's rather fixed that we're going to have this altercation. But being on a boat amidst the Foghounds seemed like a incredibly inconvenient time for that to occur. That's all that you witnessed.
All right.
Just talking to a demon. It's
Now that was my Now that was my next question. My first question should have been this one that I'm gonna say now. What the fuck was that thing? First, I should have asked. I'm sorry.
It's quite all right, although it's confusing for a lot of people. That was a manifestation of Satara. It was think of it as a demon particle of sorts, kind of just a piece of the bigger whole.
Well, if that's a piece, I'd hate to see the whole.
It is not easy on the eyes. She is She's all writhy, slimy and stuff.
What did she want?
Well, I suppose now is as good as time as any to probably begin to explain some of this. I promised you, Aldo, that I would give you nothing but the truth, so I'll try to keep this concise, because I feel like if I let too much out right now, there'll be more questions, and we'll be here basically until the dockers kick the door in, and we'll be forced to kill all of them in our home. I'd like to keep it outside. So if you guys could break it down into a couple of specific questions, I would love to answer them. Let's call it 3.
I'm like sitting there like, oh fuck.
He looks pleased as Peach that he's decided on 3 questions.
I think maybe at this point, like, you know, Cataby initially sort of said what she said about what she felt she saw. And I think she's like, I feel like I need to show you something. All of yous. Will you follow me?
I suppose
here in
that
the
does it
library.
for the 3 questions, then.
That was one. Come with me. And I just like kind of stomp off and actually like go to one of the ends, and it's probably confusing because I'm going to a dead end. And then I see there's a bunch of old books there, and I just like pull one of the books and a door opens and I just kind of step in.
Secret door. Pretty fancy.
I think Carolus stands up, kind of looks, and says, well, I thought I was the weird one, but we should probably follow her, see where this goes. And then I'd be happy to answer your questions.
I'm
This
already
is-
in the room. So
You're
are you coming?
I'm like
I look
standing
over-
at the doorway, just like not sure. Like I don't know how I didn't notice that there was like a secret tunnel here.
Yeah, I look
so I
over
kind
the
of
room and
cautiously.
ask. Yeah.
What's up?
No, I look over to the other. Did you notice was it?
Not a damn clue. A lot of things I don't know, apparently. And I like to just walk through the like doorway.
So if
go.
everyone comes in, I think like what you would see is this like pretty small sort of carved out chamber, and there's a table in the middle, and Cataby has like her back turned to everyone as they come in, and all over the walls are like the maps and enlargements of the maps that I had picked up off of Suker. And there's a ton of writing and drawings, and there's lines that move over, and there are also like pictures of what I have as the tentacle monsters, and there's just sort of like all this data. And I think when Cataby turns around, she's holding this box, and she's like, my first question is, do you know anything about this?
I think Carolus is
And-
behind everyone. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I think I put the box on, and I flip it up, and there's just like a ring in there.
Oh, I thought you said you put the box on. I was like, this is going to get weird. And Miss Cataby climbs inside the box and just kind of sits and is like, why must I sit in this box? Oh my God.
It's like a small, like really intricate, maybe, I mean, like it looks valuable, right? Like
Yeah.
definitely looks like, okay, there's something. When she opens it up, there's actually a fairly plain ring, but there's a lot of inscriptions on the inside of it.
Mm,
And I'm like obviously looking at sort of at Carolus. But I'm like, what do you know about this?
Carolus is like kind of standing in the back and kind of makes his way forward and looks at it and says, ah, Miss Cataby, you have found your true purpose. See, us all coming together was something of a bit of a design. You have a special ability, and that ring is a part of you. You have certain abilities that I need. I need them very much so.
I won this in a game many years ago. thought it was just one of those things I was going to put away for a rainy day. How could it be that this is by design?
Well, that question would take a very long time to answer, and as I'm sure you are aware, there's only so much time in the next moments. The more pertinent question, I suppose, is just, what is your design? Is that perhaps maybe something more you would like to know about?
I think it's just like a nod, sort of like waiting for the answer to come out.
That item you have there, I'm sure you have began to kind of figure out what it does for you. That ability is going to help guide us, much like as Aldo said earlier, a bullet or a missile, or Rune, for you to understand, it would be like a dynamite stick falling on top of a man's head. We are that dynamite. The man's head is not a man, it's Satara. We were meant to be so that we can bring her down and I can rise up again.
Whoa,
is there
whoa.
any other questions? I'm sorry, Aldo, go ahead. What?
Hold on a minute. You said, so I can rise up again?
Yeah, rise up, ascend.
Ascend?
Yes,
mind
Aldo.
explaining that?
He looks around and is like, everyone else is hearing me, right? It's sometimes
Yeah, you point out, you put out your ends, and you look around like I'm some sort of knob, and you speak in riddles and vagary. Can you be specific as to what you mean by ascend? And also, if you wouldn't mind telling me why in fucking hell we would go up against a demon at all.
Well, I would like to draw attention to the fact that we have far in a way exceeded 3 questions. I will still answer them. But when someone says Mr. Careless Firm is not a nice man, you will all have very relevant proof to the contrary. To answer your question, Aldo, it's simple. I need to utilize this as, and he looks at Rune again, dynamite, but really it's you guys, to banish, destroy, contain, basically punish Satara so that I once again can be the demon that I was. I think that answers everything.
All right. Well, I know you said that we only got 3 questions, but I've got 2.
We're
One from
way
Miss-
past it. Go ahead, Rune.
Miss Cataby, did you carve this out with a spoon, or has this been here the whole time?
I found it on day one. I went snooping and I thought I'd take it for myself. Found it to be pretty convenient when it came to putting my maps up.
That's fine. I don't mind you keeping it. I wanted to know if you carved it out with a spoon, because if you did, then I would be very afraid of you, because that is some creepy shit. Mr. Firm,
Yes.
will punishing Satara help us on our quest to kill Lord Skurlock?
Yes, absolutely. He's very much so closely tied to this whole thing. As are all of you. We only discussed the connection of Miss Cataby, but I'm most excited for the developments for the rest of you. Aldo, recently, you found your ability to strike heavy blows to non-physical beings. Is that correct?
Right.
Well, I've recently learned about this thing called sarcasm, or kind of saying things you don't actually mean, but this is where I would say something along the lines of, maybe there's something to... It's taking too long. Your abilities are somewhere tied in there, but I'm not going to spoil the end for you. But you are very important to this as well. Rune, your attachment and your curiosities, that also is something of a design. And there are more relics that we have to find. It's a whole journey. It's going to be a painfully long process.
Why
But
aren't
although
you a demon anymore?
Yes, well, and he kind of looks down. He's like, that is a story of most embarrassing detail. But again, we're family now. We've killed together. And it makes us family. I am no longer a demon because Satara is from a different sect of demons. It gets very confusing. I'll keep it fairly simple. She's of kind of a more aquatic breed of demons. And we don't get along, but demons all don't get along for the most part. She took everything. She took my wings, she took my abilities, she took my demonhood, and now I am more man than anything else, and it's painful how slow everyone moves. I know that isn't super relevant, but it's incredibly important for me to say that right now. It's so slow.
But why? Why did she take everything from you?
Because she's a demon.
But you're a demon. Why didn't you take everything from her?
I tried, and that's what we're doing now, Rune.
Well,
There's wars and stuff. There's politics to be discussed. It's like I said, it's all demony.
no, I just have to say, a lot of stuff just fell into place for me. Like why you talk to people a certain way, why you think you're better than everybody else. Now I kind of understand a little bit better, and I can see where it's coming from.
Aldo, we just did it again, didn't we? I can't tell. I don't know what it feels like, but I think we're friends. I'm not sure. I'm going to read up on this. We are in a library, but I feel like something just happened here, probably.
Well, as long as you don't do anything too demony to me, we can keep being friends.
No. If you're in the good graces of a demon, I mean, let's be honest here. How great has she who slays in the darkness been for us? Right? Just an example.
All right. I'll concede that.
But we are still tied in other ways as well. It's not all just about me. We do have to kill a lot of people along the way, and a lot of them are tied to this as well, and I think you'll find interest in all of them. Or I could just tell you that there's a lot of fame and money to be had from this, and if you help me rise up again, or ascend, as they say, I will make sure you're all individually very powerful. And probably not dead.
I don't care about fame or money. I don't care how many people I have to kill, and I don't give a shit if you're a demon. As long as we get to Skurlock, that's all that matters.
Rune? I'm not sure, but right now, I like you a lot. I think. It's all very confusing, but I agree.
Well, fancy fucking that. Let's just do something about it. What do we need to do?
First, we must slay the Dockers. Because they'll try to kill us. Then we must track down these relics. Because we actually cannot kill Sitar. That's the kind of funny thing about this whole thing. You can only really kind of slow them down or contain them. But if we contain them, I could harness her abilities, regain mine, and the rest of the story kind of writes itself. It's hell on earth and all that stuff. It's going to be great.
All right, so what's about the relics? You said there's more of them that we have to find.
There are.
How many more?
It's embarrassing to say this, Rune. I don't actually know. I just know that we have to find them. My role.
How are
in
we
this whole
supposed to
thing-
find them if we don't know how many there are?
I speak up and I'm like, well, I know of at least 3 of them.
And that is why Miss Cataby is critically important. Her ability, her role in this whole play, if you will. No, he doesn't actually do that. She is a compass of sorts. She has the ability to find them and then actually utilize them. She's otherwise just a beautiful person with a terrible addiction to gambling. She's actually a horrendous fighter, by the way, in case anyone else has noticed that. A very horrible fighter. She almost died in a ditch. But we need her.
All right, so our plan is find these artifacts, do something to the demon, whether it be, well, just take it out of the picture, get you your power back.
Yep.
And then, I don't know, we'll figure out what we do after that when we get there, I suppose.
Correct.
All right. Remind me again why I'm helping you.
Well,
Besides that you think we're friends, give me something better than that.
I was going to lead with that because it felt like something that someone would say in that situation.
It
I
is.
think- I think it best be described that one of the best ways to make sure that you're able to get revenge on people who perhaps killed your younger sister or other people that you care about would be to carve a bloody swath through them with, again, he looks at Rune, the dynamite, which again is just us. It's not actual dynamite. I don't know why I keep using that example.
What I want to hear from you
Yes.
is that once you get all your demon-y powers back, that you will help me in the bloodiest way possible to do what I need to do and to do what Rune needs to do. Can you agree to that?
I imagine that will probably help happen way before that, but you have all of my assistance in that for sure. And he looks up and he goes, I will help you avenge those deaths and kill those people out of vengeance. He's like looking around real, and he kind of looks back at you and says, I still can't tell when she's here or not. Just since we're sharing.
All right. Well, I'll help you do this. You help me do that. Sounds like a good arrangement to me. Rune, what do you think?
I kind of was like walking around the room, like looking at all the pictures and stuff that Catavy's hung up and all the like maps and shit. I'm just like, I turn around and look at the rest of the group and I just say, well, thank the fucking gods, because I was starting to think that I was the only crazy one out of the bunch. I'm in.
All right. Who's up first?
On that
The
point,
Dockers.
I think that's a good line.
Probably
for us
good.
to get.
Yeah, good break point.
We've got an info dump there. People used to be demons and so forth. Can take our break, I think.
You can
All
soak
right.
that in. As we complete second hour, we're going to come back in just a moment after this break for hour number 3 of this week's Blade. Don't go away. We'll be right back.